Hello engineers, welcome back to Engineering Design Simplified. In this video series, I will be solving tough engineering mechanics problems. If you want to watch more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and press that bell button so that you will be notified when I upload a new video. Today's problem is what axial forces does the vertical load P induce in the members of the system shown in figure? Neglect the weights of the members themselves and assume an ideal hinge at A and a perfectly flexible string BC. So here in this problem we have a member 2 that is hinged at A, that is perfect hinge, and a perfectly flexible string is attached here and a weight P is acting downwards vertically. So we need to find what are all the forces in this side of the string and in this member due to this force. Let us see in the coming slides how to solve this problem. So the arrangement is redrawn here, and this member is AB and this member is BC, and angle between AB and BC is alpha, load P is acting downwards. Now let us see forces and reactions on this member at point B. So the forces and reactions drawn here, force P is acting downwards and this member AB will experience a reaction, will exert a reaction towards this direction that is shown here. And string BC will have a tensile force that is acting towards this direction, and angle between S1 and S2 is alpha. Now let us draw this force and reactions on XY plane. So the force P is acting downwards, S2 is acting towards this direction, angle between P and S2 is 90 degrees. And S1 is acting towards this direction, angle between S1 and horizontal is alpha. So the angle between S1 and S2 can be written as 180 minus alpha. Similarly, angle between S1 and P can be written as 90 plus alpha. So that is written here. So angle between P and S2 is 90 degrees. Now let us write Lami's theorem. Lami's theorem is P by sine 180 minus alpha equal to S2 by sine 90 plus alpha, that is also equal to S1 by sine 90. So that is written here. From first and last terms we can write S1 equal to P sine 90 by sine 180 minus alpha. So sine 90 degrees equal to 1. Sine 180 minus alpha can be written as sine alpha. So S1 is P by sine alpha. So 1 by sine alpha can be written as cosecant alpha. So S1 equal to P cosecant alpha. Similarly, from first and second terms, we can write S2 equal to P sine 90 plus alpha by sine 180 minus alpha. So 90 plus alpha can be written as sine 90 plus alpha can be written as cos alpha, and sine 180 minus alpha can be written as sine alpha. So we know that cos alpha by sine alpha is cot alpha. So S2 is P cot alpha. That's all for today's video. If you like this content, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.